Welcome everyone. We are going to move through a Vinyasa sequence today that in physicality will focus on the inner line of the legs, the inner hips. We'll move towards half moon pose. But as always, primarily we're practicing how to human. What feels very alive for me in this moment is my humanness. I'll be entirely honest with you guys. For the past few days, I was going through one of those time periods where I was investing a lot of energy in my human story. And I'm coming back to my practice. I'm coming back to yoga. I'm coming back to myself. And I'd like to remind everybody that this practice is an incredible tool to come home to yourself. And if I can share any of my musings and learnings from the past few days and from the past year, even when we're going through those chapters that feel devoid of light, we lose our lightness, I'd like to remind you that you can never lose what you already are. So this practice, in so many ways, is just about that simple remembering. So that's what we're really practicing, and we're using the physical body as a means to get there. So care a little bit less about what the physical body is doing, but be highly interested in how this moment feels. All right, for today's class, I recommend using a strap if you have one. If you don't, it's not necessary, but if you have one, grab it. And then there is an accompanying playlist to this class, so if you'd like to pop that on, you're welcome to do so now. We're gonna make our way onto our backs. We're coming into constructive rest. That's lying on the back, bringing the feet as wide as the mat, legs are bent. Your feet are as wide as the mat, and then allow your knees to soften at center. This should feel pretty comfortable. You might need to walk your feet in a little bit. You want to feel a grounding in the low back. If it would better serve you to extend the legs, I empower you to make any given adaptations that you need. Your body always knows what it needs. We're here simply just to listen and continually refine our capacity to do so in any given moment. Once you're in whatever shape you've landed in, let the eyes close. Begin to notice the breath. Shift your focus inwards. And welcome whatever is here right now. That really is the beauty of this practice. It's always here. We can come as we are. All our humanness and all the parts of us that make us whole. We're going to move through a pranayama, a type of breath work called box breath. We'll use a 4 count of breath. I'll talk you through it. First, you'll inhale for the count of 4. At the top of the breath, you'll hold it for the count of 4. Then we exhale for the count of 4. We hold the breath for the count of 4. If you find that you need to shorten the breath count, please do. If you'd like to lengthen it, please do. As always, anything I say, it's just a suggestion. It's a spark for curiosity. Join me if you like. Follow your next exhale all the way out to the very, very end. Big inhale all together. Exhale, big sigh, let it out the mouth. One more time, just like that. Inhale to the low belly, the side bodies, the heart space. Exhale, big sigh, let it go. Seal the lips. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep carrying on just like that. Let the breath guide. At least 2 more full cycles. Invite yourself to be fully here and available right now. Follow your last cycle of breath all the way out to the bottom, that retention of the exhale. And then in no rush, return back to your natural rhythm of breath. We'll make our way to recline butterfly pose, bringing the soles of the feet to touch, knees out wide, walking the heels in any amount, walking the heels out any amount. And then interlace your hands behind the head. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Allow the elbows to be heavy, the head to rest heavy in the hands. Keep the eyes closed, keep the focus within. Keep welcoming what is here with every breath you take. Feel free to stay as you are, or invitation to shift your gaze over to the right. Once again, consciously invite the shoulders to soften, the legs to be heavy. Let every exhale you take be an invitation to soften within what already is, to surrender to this moment exactly as it is. Gently shift the gaze back to neutral. And then as you're ready, shift your gaze over to the left. As the breath begins to communicate with sensation in the upper shoulders, see if you can also notice the influence of the physical opening on the breath itself. When we work with the upper spine, we also deepen our capacity to breathe. And the breath, it's the connection to presence. It's our tether to it. So keep listening to it. We're breathing, but we're also letting the breath move us. Gently shift the gaze back through neutral. And then gently release your arms. Feel the tingling, feel the changes. Gently hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a gentle squeeze. And then do whatever feels good. It might feel nice to sway from side to side. Eventually finding stillness, bring the hands to the knees. We're going to draw some circles on the ceiling with the knees, lubricating the hips. So the circles might be really small, they might be really big. We'll start by bringing the knees in towards the shoulders, towards the armpits, out to the sides of the mat, extending the knees forward, and then back inwards towards the chest. Keep moving just like that. There's no right or wrong. Open invitation to feel whatever is. Begin to move in the opposite direction. Notice the portions of the movement that you want to hurry through. Just like those moments in life that we can grow a lot from. Typically we want to avoid those hard lessons. The same goes for the body. So notice the indication to hurry. And what would happen if you chose to stay? And then as you're ready, we'll begin to make our way towards a tabletop. You can choose to rock forwards and backwards along the length of the spine. Or you'll just simply shift your hips off to one side, roll on over, and join us in a tabletop. Shifting the shoulders above the wrists, the hips above the knees. Tops of the feet down to the ground or toes chucked under, whatever feels good for you. We'll move through a few spinal movements together. As you inhale, lower the belly towards the ground. Lift through the heart space. Draw your shoulder blades towards one another behind you. Lift the tail high. Maybe your gaze slightly shifts up as well. Never to create tension in the neck, but rather just an extension of the spine. Good. Take in one last big inhale. And as you exhale, round the back body. Bring the tailbone forward. Draw the navel up and in. Press the ground actively away from you, puffing up the space between the shoulders. Whatever is touching the ground, push actively away from it. We'll move through those two movements together. Follow and exhale all the way out. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat, round the back body. Twice more with the breath. Inhale brings you back to neutral. We'll come into some lateral movement. Bring your left shoulder towards your left hip towards the left shoulder. As best as you can, try to keep the shoulders relatively stacked above the wrists. So we're creating space in the right side of the body by slightly compressing the left. You might feel a bit of pinching in the left side of the body. Inhale through center. And as you exhale to the right, this time around your right shoulder moves in the direction of the right hip moves in the direction of the right shoulder. Allow the left side of the body to open, to broaden. Create space with every breath you take. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Once more, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale through center. Good. And now we'll move through all those movements together. First, as you inhale, you'll move your ribs to the right. Then press the ground actively away from you, round the back body. You find cat pose. As you exhale, lateral bend to the left. Okay. And then rise up through center, creating a cow pose or a tabletop, whatever feels best in the body. And then move. So we make big circles with the rib cages. Let it be more dictated by what feels good, more so than anything else. There doesn't have to be too much of an analytical analysis of this moment. Just what does it feel like to be in the body? Begin to move in opposite directions. And then find some stillness. Child's pose. Open the knees wide. Wide enough so that you can shift your hips back towards the heels. Feel free to slide a pillow, a blanket underneath the knees. And then begin to walk the palms forward, letting the chest fall heavy, allowing the forehead to fall heavy as well. Walk your fingertips forward. Begin to notice the space that's created from the tail to the crown of the head, all the way up through to the tips of the fingers. Taking a big inhale into the line of the back body. As you exhale, walk your fingertips up and over to the right. If you choose, you can bring your left palm on top of the right. Allow the head to be heavy. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And as we just did in tabletop pose with that lateral side bend, breathe space into the left side of the body. Next inhale, walk your fingertips forward. And as you exhale, up and over to the left. This time around, if you choose, you can bring your right palm on top of the left. Try to wrap your outer right arm, your right shoulder, your right armpit down towards the ground, creating space in the right side of the body. Inhale back through central, back through neutral rather. As you're ready, downward facing dog. For now, don't think too much about it. The hips glide up and back, creating a letter V with the body. For now, just explore the shape. The best thing you can do in any given moment is accept that you've never been here before. Even if it seems familiar, this movement, the shape, it's entirely different. What's here today? Eventually find some stillness. Big inhale all together through the nose. Exhale, big sigh, let it out the mouth. Slowly walk your feet forward to the top of the space, ragdoll pose. Your feet move towards outer hip distance apart. Bend the legs a lot, so much so that the torso can rest heavy towards the thighs or maybe even on the thighs. And then interlace your hands towards the nape of the neck and allow gravity to really do the work for you. It might feel good to gently apply some pressure towards the ears, towards the cheeks, gently bringing the chin towards the chest, not through force, just through the space, the energetic space that surrendering creates. Soften your fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. So you can keep as much bend in the legs as you like. Shift your body weight forward towards the balls of the feet. Your hands should probably, for almost everybody, come to the shins, maybe even come to the thighs. We're looking for as much length as we could from the tail to the center of the heart to the crown of the head. We're eliminating the rounding in the back body. So create the shape you need. Take in a big inhale here. Exhale, chest to thighs, fold forward. Keep a soft bend in the knees. Inhale, vertebra by vertebra. The head's heavy, it'll be the last thing that lifts. You will slowly rise all the way up to a standing position. Take some shoulder circles at the top. Move intuitively. Again, what is here? How much of yourself is here and available right now? Eventually find some stillness. Move through Sun A together. Relax your arms by your sides. Bring your tailbone slightly forward, tail towards the heels. Draw the navel up and in. Get a little bit taller through the crown of the head. Commit to the breath. Big inhale all together. Exhale, big sigh, let it go. Seal the lips. Inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, palms to the floor, step your feet back to a plank. In plank, knees can be on the ground, tailbone towards the heels, drawing the navel up and in. That shape in the upper body is our priority. You might choose to lift your knees off the ground as well. Okay. There is fire, there's intensity, but there's also our capacity to create our own experience within this moment too. So see if you can practice. Press the ground away from you, draw the navel up and in, connect to the breath, keep coming back to the vibration of connection. Good. Take in one more big inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, and forehead down to the ground. As you inhale, we're going to move through a serpentile motion, moving like a snake. You can watch me. As you inhale, you'll slowly ripple forward vertebra by vertebra, coming either towards a table, or rather a cobra pose, or upward facing dog, lifting through the heart space, gliding the shoulders back and down the spine. And as you exhale, back to downward facing dog. Move through that a few times. If you have a different variation of Sun A that you'd rather do, please feel free. A different variation of Chaturanga. Good. Big inhale all together through the nose. Exhale, big sigh, let it out the mouth. Inhale, walk, step, or hop your feet forward all the way between the hands. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, chest to thighs, fold forward. Inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands through to the heart center. That's Sun A, we'll move through it 2 times. Inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Palms to the floor, step your feet back towards your plank. Big inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead, down to the earth. Inhale, ripple forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Elbows hug the ribs. Exhale, glide the hips up and back, downward facing dog. A few rounds of breath. Recommit to it. Follow and exhale all the way out. Inhale, walk, step, or hop your feet forward all the way between the hands. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, chest to thighs, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands through to the heart center. Last time, inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from the hips. Inhale, lift the chest, lead with the heart. Exhale, palms to the floor, step the feet back to a plank. Inhale, still lead with the heart. Exhale, lower down, your chaturanga. Inhale, your heart opener. Exhale to downward facing dog. This is an opportunity to come back to what's happening underneath the surface. The true depths, the true transformative powers of the practice will always be with what can't be seen. It's the amount of awareness we can bring into the shapes. Follow and exhale all the way up. Inhale, walk, step, or hop your feet forward all the way between the hands. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, chest to thighs, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll move towards Vrikshasana tree pose from here. But first, we're gonna open up the inner hips with some functional movement. Some of you guys may have done this with me before. Full disclosure, they're pretty horrible. But that's because it's a movement that's unfamiliar to the body, but one that the body very much craves. So follow along, know it's temporary. Your greatest ally is the connection to the breath, connection to the body. Okay. As you're ready, bring your hands to the hips, shift your body weight towards that left foot, engage the toes, tail towards the heels, draw the navel up and in, get tall through the crown of the head, and then hover that right thigh. So you always have the option of staying right here, or you can come with me through this functional movement. Begin to open the right knee out to the right. Endeavor to keep your hips forward. So wherever the restriction is, you stop there. Good. And then bring your knee down towards the ground, your right heel upwards towards the ceiling. You're gonna wanna lean to the left as best as you can. Keep your body weight stacked. I feel cramping in my right hip, you might too. Invite the breath here. Extend that right leg, keep that rotation in your right hip dialing down towards the earth. Bend the right leg. Heel low, knee high. Back through center. Good, we're gonna do that one more time. Moving at your own pace. And then soften your right foot down to the ground. Whew. Give it a shake, give it a wiggle. Lift your left leg high, ground through the right foot, get tall through the crown of the head. Open the left knee to the left, both hip bones shine forward. Tilt the left knee down, coming from a rotation in the femur head. Extend that left leg. Whee, these are rough. Bend the left leg. Left knee up towards the ceiling, heel low. Bring the left knee back in, right forward. Good. Last time, your pace. You can follow me as I imperfectly practice presence and breathing into discomfort. How we human. Okay. Soften the left foot down to the ground. Give it a shake, give it a wiggle. Okay. Ground through all four corners of the left foot. Bring the right knee up once again. And now bring your right knee out to the right. Tilt both hip bones shine forward. And then we'll bring the sole of the right foot anywhere along the left leg. So you could use it as a kickstand, right big toe down towards the ground, or you might choose to walk your foot upwards anywhere along the inner line of the leg, as long as it's not near the left knee. Hands can come through to the heart center. You could also open the arms wide for more stability. You could extend the arms overhead, reverse prayer, jazz hands, whatever you like. Whatever shape contains your awareness is the most advanced variation. Okay. As you're ready, with control, bring the right knee forward and soften the right foot down to the ground. Good. Ground through all four corners of your right foot. Lift your left leg. Open the left hip. And then allow your left foot to fall anywhere along the inner line of the right leg. So our feet, they're our foundation. Keep connecting to them. The more you can communicate with the hips, the more you can, or rather, the more you can communicate with the feet, the more you can access the hips. You're grounding through all four corners of the right foot. Your left knee endeavors to open up wide, inviting that left hip to open as well. Any arm variation that you like. Hands to the heart if you found some wings. Tilt the left knee forward. And then soften the left foot down to the ground. Good. Towards the top of the mat if you've migrated anywhere else. Follow and exhale all the way out. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Palms to the floor, step the feet back to a plank. Big inhale. Exhale, your Vinyasa. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, glide the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Next inhale, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. And then just explore the shape. You might choose to stack your right hip above the left. Opening up the right hip, you can circle the right knee, the right ankle. Notice how it feels to open up the shoulders versus rotating your outer right arm, squaring your shoulders down towards the earth. Okay. Three-legged dog, press the palms down and forward, square the hips. You can point your right toes or you can flex them, but engage the leg in some way. Big inhale here. Exhale, right knee towards your right elbow. You have the option of softening the left knee down towards the ground, coming towards tabletop, or as you exhale, come into a half circle, bringing your right knee towards the left elbow. Keep pressing the ground away from you, draw the navel up and in. Moving with the breath, inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Once more, inhale to the right, exhale to the left. Inhale, right knee to nose, round the back body. Step the right foot to the inside of the right thumb, low lunge. Soften the left knee down to the earth. Draw the navel up and in. Curl your left toes behind you, and then bring your hands right above the right knee, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, back away. Exhale, sink into the hips a little bit deeper. Anchor the right hip back into space. Twice more with the breath. Inhale to create space. Exhale to soften into it. Last time. Good. Stay in the depths. Keep your left toes curled under. Reach the arms high. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. This will be our first shape when we move into our faster portion of the class. So remember the shape, low lunge. Big inhale here. Exhale, airplane lunge. Begin to lift your left knee off of the ground. Your torso is at a 45-degree angle, extending through the left heel, drawing the navel up and in. Arms sweep by the sides of the body. Shoulder blades draw towards one another behind you. Breath stays full. Right knee is right above the right ankle. Follow and exhale all the way out. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Reach the arms high. Keep anchoring your right hip back in space, left hip crease steers forward. Draw the navel up and in, energize all the way through to the tips of the fingers. Big inhale here. Exhale, exhale, vertical twist. Sweep your right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. Left knee can soften down towards the ground at any point. The shape that contains the breath is the most advanced variation. Extend the left heel back, draw the navel up and in, get broader through the tips of the fingers. Find your breath. Follow and exhale all the way out. Inhale to warrior two. You'll turn your left heel down behind you. Arms open up wide to a T. Right knee moves towards the right pinky toe. Good. So the knee stacks right above the ankle, grounding through all four corners of that right foot. Grounding especially through the pinky edge of the left foot. Engage your left glute. Feel the front of the left hip fire up. Flip your right palm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, breathe it high, reverse the warrior. So there's little to no weight in the left hand. Left hand can come to the left leg. You could drape it to the low back. Keep tracking the right knee towards the right pinky toe. Sink into the hips, lift through the heart. Let the breath guide. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your right elbow to the right knee. Sweep your left bicep by your left ear. You can always soften your right fingertips down to the ground or to a prop if you like. With every inhale you take, get long from the left pinky toe to the center of the heart. Exhales to rotate your right ribs underneath the left, spiraling the left side of the body up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reverse the warrior, reach the arms high, stay in the depths of the legs. Exhale to side plank. We'll cartwheel our arms down to the ground. Your left palm is your foundation. Turn onto the pinky edge of your left foot, and then step your right foot back towards the left. You can soften your left knee down to the ground. You can stagger the feet. You could also stack them. Right foot above the left. Right hand can come to the hip, or maybe you extend it high. The breath is our priority. Any variations, including lifting that right leg, is welcome. Play. That's what we're here to do. It's easy to forget. Good. One more full inhale. Exhale to a plank. Big inhale here. Exhale, your breath guides you through movement. We meet back in downward facing dog. You might move through a vinyasa. You might take a few rounds of breath as I'm doing in child's pose. Back to downward facing dog as you're ready. Big inhale all together through the nose. Exhale, big sigh, let it out the mouth. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged dog. Explore. How would you move if there was no right or wrong? That's the reality of this moment. Do what feels good. No one else can do that for you, so honor what you need. Extend the left leg back. Draw the navel up and in. Spiral your outer left hip down towards the ground, and then engage your left foot in any way. Big inhale here. Exhale, left knee to the left elbow. Priority one, the breath. Priority two, keeping the shoulders above the wrists. Right knee can soften down towards the ground. You might lift it. Big inhale. Exhale, left knee, half circles to the right elbow. Draw the navel up and in. You might even bring your left knee towards the right armpit. Good. Moving with the breath. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right elbow. Once more. Big inhale. Full exhale. Left knee to nose. Step the left foot to the inside of the left thumb. Soften the right knee down towards the earth. Curl the right toes behind you. Hands come to that left knee. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Get tall through the spine. Steady with the breath. Inhale, back away from sensation. Exhale to sink into the hips. Pulsing twice more. Reach the arms high. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Anchor the left hip back in space. Right hip crease steers forward. Big inhale here. Exhale to airplane lunge. Tilt the torso forward. Palms face down. We're at a 45-degree angle, drawing the navel up and in, anchoring the left hip back in space. Find the breath. Inhale to high crescent lunge. Reach the arms high. Stack the shoulders above the hips once again. Right knee can be on the ground. It could be lifted. If it's lifted, you're extending through the right heel, drawing the navel up and in, leading with the heart, lifting with the heart through the tips of the fingers. Big inhale. Exhale, vertical twist. Sweep your left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. Keep extending through the right heel. With every inhale you take, the breath travels through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, the left shoulder slightly opens up, twisting from above the belly button. Inhale, open up, warrior two. Turn your right heel down behind you. Left knee tracks towards that left pinky toe. Arms open up wide to a T. Ground through the feet. Notice the hips. Flip your left palm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Keep the depth in the lunge. Warrior two in the low body. Creating space in the left side of the body with every breath you take. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your left elbow to the left knee. Sweep your right bicep by the right ear. With every inhale you take it long from the right pinky toe to the center of the heart. Exhale to rotate your left ribs underneath the right, opening up the right side of the body towards the ceiling. Inhale, one breath, reverse the warrior. Exhale to side plank. Right palm is your foundation. Pivot onto the knife edge of the right foot. Find your variation. Left foot steps back. You can soften the right knee down towards the ground. Think about stacking your left hip above the right, getting longer from your feet to the center of the heart. Any variations that you find challenging, but challenge that doesn't suppress the breath. One more big inhale. Exhale to a plank. Big inhale. Your Vinyasa. Vinyasa just means linking breath with movement. So your movement, very often, it might mean stillness. Find what you need. All right, guys, we're gonna move through that sequence. One breath to one movement. Your breath is in charge. Everything else is optional. Come dance with me, but dance to your own rhythm. It's the same song. Big inhale all together. Exhale, big sigh, let it go. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. Exhale, step the right foot forward to the inside of the right thumb, soften the left knee down to the earth. Inhale, reach the arms high, low lunge. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, vertical twist. Fingertips back on the right hand. Okay. Inhale, open up, warrior two. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Listen for the change. Exhale to half moon pose. So you'll bring your right fingertips to the upper right corner of the mat, gradually transitioning your body weight to that right foot, but maintaining that openness in the hips, stacking the left hip above the right, engaging your left leg as much as you could, lifting it high. Left hand can come to the left hip. Invite your left shoulder to glide back and down the spine, just like in side plank, get long from the left heel to the center of the heart. Feel free to play with the balance. Maybe bring your right hand towards the heart. Yep. Wobble, shake. Just breathe in it too. Good. Next inhale, warrior two once again. Find your breath, feel the fire. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale through your Vinyasa. Big inhale all together. Exhale, big sigh, let it go. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step the left foot forward, right knee down to the ground. Inhale, reach the arms high, low lunge. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, vertical twist, left hand back. Inhale, warrior two. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale to half moon pose. Ground through all four corners of the left hip, or left foot rather. Left hand comes to the upper left corner of the mat. In retrospect, I should have also said we need a block or an invitation to use a block. You could bring a block underneath that left hand, or you can come up on 10 to fingertips. The more you engage your right leg, the lighter it will feel. Let your breath move you too. Any variations you like. One more full inhale. Exhale to warrior two. A cycle of breath. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale through your last vinyasa. Follow and exhale all the way out to the very, very end. As you inhale, walk, step, or hop your feet forward all the way between the hands if you're a handstander. Last handstand opportunity. We'll make our way into a seat. Do so with as much control, as much awareness as you can. Good. Wait, how are we doing? It's so much hotter to film these classes in Egypt. I'm sweating. I hope you're enjoying. All right, so grab a strap. Make your way onto your back. Exactly where we began, constructive rest. Legs bent, feet wide, knees to touch. Bring your left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. Close the eyes. Feel it's still in motion. The breath continues to guide, though the pace of the class has changed. It's our constant, our connection to the breath. Bring your heels in, knees stacked above the heels, 90-degree angles with the legs. And then hug the right knee in towards your chest. You can keep that left foot on the ground, or you could choose to extend the left leg long. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. You're kind, but you're persistent, inviting that right knee to come inwards towards the chest. And then bring your right knee towards the center line of your chest. You should notice a change in sensation. I've experienced this as a pinching in the front of the right hip, the psoas, the hip flexor. Perhaps you perceive that too. Maybe something completely different. Stay curious with your own experience. And now we'll use a strap. So bring the strap to the ball of the right foot. Extend your right foot up towards the ceiling. So if you don't have a strap, you'll take a basket grip with the hands, interlacing your hands behind your left hamstring. So not necessary, just if you want it. Do what feels good here. I won't say too much. You can keep your right leg extended, or we'll bend the right leg as we come in towards a spinal twist. Open the arms wide. Shift your hips 1 or 2 inches to the right. You can release the strap as you lower your right foot over to the left. So the right knee could be bent here, it can come down towards a pillow. If you're extending the leg, you have the option of bending your left leg, reaching for your left foot with the right hand. It's called catch the cat by the tail or something like that. Gaze can stay neutral, or you could look over either shoulder. Gently hug the right knee back in towards the chest, and then extend the right leg long. Hug the left knee in towards the chest, find that compression in the front body. Breathe as much space into the shapes as you can. And as you do, notice how the breath is breathing you too. Left knee towards the center line of the chest. And here's where you will use the strap or notch. Bring the strap to the ball of the left foot, or you can take a basket grip with the hands anywhere along that left leg. Seek sensation in the back line of the left leg. Find opening, whatever that means for you today. Moving towards a spinal twist, open the arms wide, shift your hips 1 or 2 inches to the left as you lower that left leg to the right rather. So the left leg, it could be extended, it might be bent. Either way, you might choose to bend your right leg, reach for your right foot with your left hand if you can. Left shoulder spirals down towards the earth. Gazing wherever is interesting right now, wherever curiosity guides you. Release the right foot if you have it. Inhale, bring the left knee back towards your midline. Hug both knees in towards the chest. And then extend your limbs up towards the ceiling. Do so in a really passive way. So your hands, your feet, they're limp. Tantramasana. So visualize a child having a tantrum. The weirder you make this, the better Shavasana will feel. I encourage you to do it even longer than my words if you feel called to. You begin to shake your wrists, you begin to shake your ankles, but eventually the shaking moves through your whole being. Give it all you got. Make some silly faces, open the mouth, scrunch the face. Last few seconds. Shavasana. Opening the feet as wide as the mat. Allowing the arms to fall in whatever way feels conducive to surrendering. You can relax by your sides. Maybe they come to your heart. Just like all the shapes that we create, the shape that you're in at this moment doesn't matter so much. My only ask is that you're in a shape that doesn't require effort. Because home and coming home to ourselves, it's who we are when the doing stops. The spinal relaxation, Shavasana, it embodies this concept entirely. We have the privilege to be. I will leave you here. Thank you for allowing me to share a piece of my heart and for sharing a portion of yours with me. Namaste.